Salisbury Center, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Nico Lozada.
Nico Lozada fighting out of Kaizen MMA. This is the 168. This is Olympic-style Muay Thai. Still joined by Notebook Wagering Todd Smith. Todd, what do you think about that last fight, bud?
Hey, a lot of action there. The last two fights have been fantastic. I mean, if you like action, the last two fights have been top-notch.
Yeah, but I don't try to go out and fight as much as I used to. Charles is laughing, but I'd pretty much whoop Charles if I had to.
Tell you what, my legs hurt. My thighs and my legs hurt just standing up here watching these guys. Unbelievable athletes.
Well, speaking of unbelievable athletes, if you look over here at Nico Lozada, that team out of Kaizen MMA is a powerhouse. His head coach right now applying the Vaseline is Dave Chun, one of the best in the business here in Muay Thai and really kickboxing in general, located over at Kaizen MMA in Fairfax. And then you see Arthur Payton, who's been making big waves here at TCB and in the future Cagezilla, as we've seen with some fantastic fights, including his last fight, which was a Boonshu bout that he looked unbelievable in. And then there's also Liam Pinheiro there, who's going to be making his pro debut soon as well. So there's a lot of hype here behind Nico Lozada. You can tell physically he's built like an ox. He looks like he's ready for war, and he's in with such a great team who speaks so highly of him. I think there's a lot of expectations, and hopefully the pressure doesn't get to him, right? Because you want to live up and make these guys proud. But also, I can tell you, with that kind of leadership behind you, it's so hard to fail with that type of expertise and knowledge propelling you forward.
Kaizen comes in here with a mission, and the mission is we're not losing ever. And they put the best cornermen and the best fighters in the cage and in the ring, no matter what we're doing, every month.
You know, one of the things Kaizen does so well is they have like the generals in Nima Mazhari and Najim Wali. And I'll finish after I let Chris announce that next fighter.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Wilson Melgar.
Wilson Melgar fighting out of Chantilly MMA. He's also 168 pounds. Both fighters making weight last night here in this Olympic-style Muay Thai.
And, you know, Kaizen MMA has almost like a military structure in that they have the generals in Nima Mazhari and Najim Wali, and then they have these other high-level coaches now who are taking on more and more athletes, allowing Nima and Najim to really propel their higher-level pros to these bigger shows that require a longer commitment. They're traveling a little further away. I think Kaizen has multiple guys in the UFC now, multiple guys in Bellator, multiple guys in the PFL where, you know, they're gone for longer periods of time. And it's hard to do that if you have to be here every weekend. So by developing the coaching talent in addition to their fight talent, they really just, in my opinion, created one of the best teams in the DMV. You could coach and develop a guy to become a great fighter, but it's another thing entirely to developing a brand new coach who can maintain your ethics, your knowledge, and the way you teach, and spread that to their fighters as well. So what they've done, I can tell you, is just, it's nothing short of remarkable. And I believe right now they're in San Antonio for Sam Kilmer's next fight, a Cagezilla veteran as well, who's continuing his professional career. So you can tell they have a lot going on, but it seems like there's a lot of success that goes with it.
Todd, what do you do for a living, bud?
I'm a teacher, third grade school teacher.
Oh, so this isn't too much different.
No, you know, not at all. Not at all.
This is perfect. As long as you're up here with us.
I feel safe being up here a little bit, so it's all good.
Oh, be careful, standing next to him. You don't know he's got these hands.
He gets very energetic, that's all I know.
Warrior.
You have no idea.
Yeah. That's why Chris stays down in the ring. He doesn't want to deal with the smoke up here.
Yeah, Chris has no idea either. All right, let's throw it down to Chris Fuller. Get the official introductions. Chris, take it away.
Salisbury Center, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB 170-pound division. It is brought to you by our friends right over there in the VIP section, Sand Screen Printing, turning ink into art. Starting out, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5'11" and weighing in at 170 pounds, fighting out of Kaizen MMA, it's Nico Lozada. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'8" and weighing in at 169 pounds, fighting out of Chantilly MMA, it's Wilson Melgar. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB 170-pound division. It is brought to you by Sand Screen Printing, and your referee is Michael Dolman.
All right, Michael Dolman will be the referee for bout number 5 here tonight, TCB 31. He gets the seconds out. Chris will hop out. Remember, this is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. A little different when we do them in the MMA when it's scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. As they come out and touch gloves right on top of the TCB logo.
A lot of forward pressure. Look for a lot of forward pressure from Nico. Ooh, looks like we got a little over aggressive there.
I thought they were going to end up right in Malama's lap.
Look for a lot of forward pressure and knees from Nico Lozada. That's one of the things he's been working. And big power there, but a good counter from Wilson Melgar, who, by the way, is coming out of Chantilly MMA, a fantastic gym in its own right, led by Coach Sugi over there. And big right hand got through.
Lozada coming out was a lot of pressure, but let me tell you, Wilson really putting it on him here. I don't think he was ready for that. I think after these nerves settle down here, Charles, that Wilson is going to be a force to deal with.
Yeah, it looks like Wilson's got real good movement. He's got good hands positioning. You could tell he boxed before. Oh, big shots there getting through. Nico's got some very hard kicks, but he's not really setting them up. He's got to put a little bit more punches in front of him, gives a little bit more feints. Oh, a big right hand he ate there on the way in.
Got the elbow through that. Even though they have elbow guards on,
these hurt still. I mean, he feels strong in the clinch. That's where he wants to work. However, he's got to get there a little bit more intelligently. He's got to punch his way in because the hard kicks, they're going to get respect, but they're easy to see. When the kick comes now, once you deal with that, you're off balance, and your opponent, in Wilson's case, is not.
both fighters standing right on top of the TCB logo, not trying to get backed up into the corner.
Nico looks like he's settling in here a little bit. Wilson doing a great job of kind of mitigating some of that power. Oh, big punches
right,
there.
Big right there.
Wilson doing a great job of punching in the clinch and not letting Nico get settled.
Oh, good knee from Lozada.
Another good shot there. Man, you can tell Nico's got a big welt there on the left side of his face. Great first. Nico was trying to regain his balance. That's when Wilson started letting his hands go and started landing those punches.
It's a little different when we start talking about this, and we talk about this a lot at all the fights, but from sitting down in the corner to standing up in the corner. And you know, you've said in the past, you sit down, I'd stand up. I really went, even, you know, like if I feel like if I sit down, I can't recover whatever sport I'm playing.
Yeah.
I just feel like it doesn't matter if I'm better with my hands on my knees. You know, now if I sit down, you just bring me a drink, bud.
Yeah.
Put you in the lazy boy for the rest of the night, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, hard to say, right? In training and sparring, even hard rounds, like ideally I stay on my feet, I try to keep moving around. But in a live competition, there's something about that stool that just helps you, you want to take every bit of recovery you can, you know? Now, again, that's just me. Nico opted to stand forward. Big right hand there landed.
Looks like Nico has
another big right hand.
Yeah. Nico is taking it. Like the left eye of Nico Lozada, you can start to see the swell just a little bit.
Good jab there. Wilson has great combinations. Nico's got real good power. And it looks like Nico's corner instructed him, hey, if you want to throw kicks, you got to start punching first. You got to get your boxing going, because if you don't, you're going to continue to get countered. And so far, it's changed the pace of the fight a little bit. He's having to be a little bit more selective. Now he's getting Wilson to throw some kicks without setting them up, and now he's driving forward. Wilson's got to continue to use his punches, use his jabs. Oh, big right hand there from Nico.
You can see that red mark right on the side of Nico's face. Right to the left side of the face of Nico.
Yeah, he caught that in the first round on the way into the clinch. But here's where you're seeing some real good power here from Nico Lozada.
Great knees to the stomach right there.
Yeah. But good hand fighting from Wilson Melgar.
Oh, good knee from Lozada.
He really, big elbow.
What a great elbow.
Another one. Wilson punching on the way out. Now Wilson's trying to drive forward. His corner's calling for him to put more pressure on Nico.
Good jab there from Lozada.
It sounds counterintuitive, but when you're dealing with that power striker, you really want to keep them on their back foot to take some of that power away. It's almost like you have to go through the fire to get to the water, and I think that's what Wilson needs to do. Right now he's backing up, and you're seeing he's getting caught here a little bit more than he did in the first round.
Yeah, a couple of great jabs from Lozada as we make our way down to the end of round number 2 here, scheduled for 3. Oh, good right hand from Lozada, countered.
A good uppercut from Wilson on the inside. Much better round here for Lozada.
Another good elbow right to the side of the head of Wilson. Wow. Round 2, much more active, much better for Lozada as he makes his way over to his seconds. You're sitting over there. Lozada doesn't need to change a whole lot, but Wilson right now is going to have to come up with something big to win this third and last round.
Right, absolutely. So it looks like when Nico went back to that corner, they said, hey, listen, you got to use your hands. You got to start setting up your kicks. You're not just going to knock this guy out. You have to be a little bit more technical and utilize your boxing. And he did just that. He made good adjustments, and we saw that in that second round, which allowed him to enter into the clinch on his terms. Something we've talked about earlier in the night with these other fights. You want to enter the clinch on your terms. You don't want to be reaching out of desperation. And I say that Wilson has done a really good job of throwing his combinations and letting his hands go, but now he needs to start countering the striking. Right? He needs to start countering the boxing. When it was just one kick, he was doing great. But now he needs to start doing that with the punches as well, and he's really got to try to back up Nico because he throws so hard and Lozada is so tough in that clinch. You got to take his power away, and the only way to do that, unfortunately, is to get him in on his back foot.
Things you notice that those jabs are getting through for Lozada. Like
Yes.
Wilson had no answer for those, and those jabs are counting point after point as he just stands there like all that weight on his back foot.
And that time, Nico did take a seat there.
Yeah, I saw that. Nico was definitely more gassed in that round. All right, here we go. Third and final round here, about number 5.
Oh, a good knee from Wilson, getting double unders as well.
Both fighters feeling the urgency of this third and final round. I've got this thing split right now.
Really good pressure here from Wilson. Now he's got Nico against the ropes. He's got double underhooks, which is allowing him to have great control.
Good knee from Lozada.
Lozada reverses it, but then Nico puts him back, and they're both going back and forth now, trying to gain dominant position. Good jab from Lozada. You got to see more combinations out of Wilson. It's not that first shot that's going to land. It's the second or the third that he's got to start using.
Had that spinning backhand there, and I'm quite...
Big jab from Lozada. Oh! Big right hand just missed.
It might have got enough. We'll see if Wilson can recover.
Good knee from Wilson. 2 on the inside. Big knee from Lozada. Now let's see. Wilson's got 30 seconds
Big right
to make this
hand
count.
from Wilson. Here come the knees from Lozada with about 30 seconds left to go in this third and final round. Both fighters extremely exhausted.
Well, they've just been putting so much horsepower into these knees that it just takes a lot out of you.
Knee after knee to the gut of Wilson. He's just super tired.
Yeah, Wilson's exhausted.
Breathing out his mouth.
10 seconds
knees,
left.
Those knees are hurting. Good right.
Going right after him.
Wilson's throwing heavy here. Wilson. Man, that was a great fight. For a second there, Lozada had Wilson hurt, and then Wilson had Lozada hurt, and they both really put it out there.
Great energy there by Nico at the very end.
That was a big push, man. That was a really big
I'm going to
push.
tell you, those last 10 seconds when I thought Wilson was done, his mouth open.
He just started throwing it back,
He
huh?
just started coming out of nowhere. Great job by Wilson Melgar there in the last 10 seconds. That's going to change the mind of a lot of people.
Yeah, that was a great fight. You know, I felt the first round was Wilson's, the second round was Nico's, but that third round really could have gone either way. There was good clinch control on Wilson's part, and then at the end, Lozada had just as good clinch control and almost finished stronger, but then Wilson didn't really let him dictate those last 10 seconds the way he initially was looking like he was. So really great fight there from both guys.
This is, Todd, this is where normally I pick somebody,
Yeah.
and then the other person wins, so I try not to pick.
So you're just going to keep your mouth quiet here,
This is why
right?
I didn't
Okay.
call into your radio show. This is why I didn't call it. Listening at home, Kate Zilla will be happening February 25th. You make sure you go to wildstyle.com and Wildstyle Productions to make sure you get your tickets for our next MMA event, which is February 25th. All right, looks like Chris has the results. Michael Doman will get both fighters over to the middle. And we'll throw it down to Chris Fuller. Chris, take it away.
Salisbury Center, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. But before we do, let's hear it for both these fighters putting on a great show. And now to the judges' scorecards. Judge 1 scores about 30-27, Judge 2 scores about 29-28, and Judge 3 scores about 29-28, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, it's Nico Lozada.
like and subscribe to TCB.